ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्लोक नंबर 27। प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं
प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं
योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम्
योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम्
उपैति शान्तरजसम्
पैति शान्तरजसं
ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम्
ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम्
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं
योगी विगतकल्मषः
योगी विगतकल्मषः
Sukhena Brahma Samsparsham
सुखेन ब्रह्म
सुखेन ब्रह्म
संस्पर्शम्
संस्पृशम्
Atyantam Sukhamashnute
अत्यन्तं
अत्यन्तं
सुखमश्नुते
सुखमक्षते
Sarvabhutastamātmānam
सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं
सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं
Sarvabhutani Chatmani
सर्वभूतानि
सर्वभूतानि
चात्मनि
चात्मनि
Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma
ईक्षते
ईक्षते
योगयुक्तात्मा
योगयुक्तात्मा
Sarvatra Samadharshanaha.
सर्वत्र समदर्शनः
सर्वत्र समदर्शनः.
Starting from this shloka 29 onwards, 29, 30, 31, the vision of the entire Vedanta is presented. The knowledge, the means for mukti, the knowledge, that is in the form of Ishvara Darshanam, Atma Darshanam, is presented in these three shlokas. The same thing presented through different words. It's one of the shlokas are the beautiful shlokas, 29, 30, 28, 29, 30. Sorry, 29, 30, 31. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam. That is, Sarvabhuteshu Tishtati. It is Sarvabhutastaha. So Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Atma, which is Sarvabhutastha, which abides in all the beings. Sarvabhutani cha Atmani. Atmani in Atma, all the bhutas. Atma in all beings, and all beings in Atma. Ikshate, yaha ikshate. The one who sees. One who sees means one who has a vision. One who has this vision that Atma, Sarvabhutastam, Atma is in all the beings, Pratyekatma, and all the beings exist in Atma. It means Atma, that Atma abides in all the beings. Sarvabhutastam Atma, Pratyekatma. And all the beings abide in Atma, Paramatma. So, Pratyekatma, Paramatma, what is the difference? Jivatma, Paramatma. Pratyekatma, Jivatma. Pratyek, individual. And all the beings in that Atma, Paramatma, the one who enjoys the vision, this vision of that oneness, who has this Ishvara Drishti, therefore Samadarshanaha. Ishvara is Sama. There is no Veda, there are no Vedas with regard to the Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara, then where is the Veda? Non-difference. The differences are superficial. It is only for the Upadhi. The parts are of different shape, but it is nothing but breath alone. That is the difference. So, Namarupatmaka Vedaha Santi. This Jagat Characharatmaka Prapancha. Vedas are there. At the same time, Vedas are not. That's the beauty. In spite of the difference, there is no difference. There is non-difference. The one who sees Ikshate, Yaha, who is that person? Yoga Yuktatma. Yogena Yuktaha Atma. Atma is Antakaradam. Yogena Yuktaha. By yoga, by what yoga? By Jnanam. By Jnana Yogena. Yuktaha, the one whose mind is Yuktaha is resolved by whose Atma is resolved. Atma is Antakaranam. Antakaranam is resolved in this contemplation, this dhyanam, nididhyasanam, and he enjoys samadarshanam, sarvatra samadarshanam. Brahma is samam, Ishvara is samam. Therefore, Ishvara darshanam, the one who has this Ishvara darshanam, Brahma darshanam, samadarshanam, samam darshanam yasya saha, samadarshanaha, referring to the person, the one who enjoys this vision, who enjoys vision of oneness, who enjoys this vision of sameness, sama. That person is samadarshanaha. And the word sama we saw in the previous chapter also. Nirdosham hi samam brahma. Brahma which is sama. Ishvara is sama. And it is nirdosha. Nirdosham is samam brahma. The sama, brahma, darshanaha, brahmadarshi. Sarvatra samadarshinaha. So ikshate. Ikshate is seeing. Seeing is janati ityartaha. This person, the yogi, jnana yogi, yaha janati, ikshate. Ikshate, what is his ikshanam? What is his darshanam? Not only that yogi, this person sees himself in all beings. He sees all beings, they have the being in himself. Sarvabhutani, sarvabhutastam atmanam, that is one thing. Sarvabhutani atmani ikshate. It is Atma that alone is there, everything. Atma alone runs through everything, through every being, everything, chetana or achetana. Everything is Atma. Everything is in Atma. Abides in Atma. So the person, this person, yoga yuktatma, yogena uktaha, yoga yuktaha, yoga yuktena, yoga yuktaha atma yasya saha. It's Bhagavad. Here Atma is antakarnam. This person who is yoga yuktatma, yogena, jnana yogena, dhyanena, is Atma antakarnam is uktaha, resolved. This person, he has gained some success, achievement in this contemplation. That is in this darshanam, in gaining this darshanam. Therefore, yoga yuktatma, the person enjoys a vision, he appreciates this appreciation, this vision. Yes, value for this vision, there's appreciation of this vision, that it is, that Atma is same in all beings, in all things, in all situations. Therefore, everything is Atma. If everything is Atma, then why this Veda? That Veda is only superficial. There is something common in everything, that is Atma, Nirvishesham, Brahma. And there's something which is peculiar to the beings, that is Vishesha. Vishesha can exist, Vishesha cannot exist without the Adhara. Vishesha, that Visheshana, that Vishesha, the Vishesha is Nirvishesha, Savishesha. The Savishesha cannot exist without Nirvishesha. It must have an Adhara. There are ornaments. Suvarna Abhushanani. Gold as such is Nirvishesha. But this Abhushanam, Savishesha, this Abhushanam, how can they exist without this Nirvishesha? A bangle, a chain, an anklet. All these enjoys existence because of Nirvishesha Suvarnam. That Suvarnam, the gold, which is Nirvishesha. So these Visheshas have their Ashraya in Nirvishesha. So it is that Nirvishesha, that gold, which runs through all the golden ornaments, not undergoing any change. It is same with regard to bangle, with regard to anklet, with regard to ring, with regard to any ornaments. It is same. But there are differences in terms of its utility, in terms of its usage, in terms of where it is worn. Nama Rupa is different. So in spite of the difference, there is difference. Therefore, Nirvishesham Brahma Samam. Similarly, Nirvishesham Brahma is samam with regard to all the beings and things. And that Nirvishesham Brahma, Brahmatma is Aham, myself. So I alone gives, therefore, I alone gives existence to this Jagat, this Namarupatmaka Jagat. I am the Nirvishesham Brahma, and everything is Savishesha. Therefore, everything has its Ashraya in me, the Nirvishesham. Therefore, then what are these things? This everything. Everything is Brahma alone. Everything is Brahma alone, myself alone. And that vision who enjoys, that person is Samadarshanaha. So, Samadarshanaha, the vision of this person is that Atma is in all beings and all the beings in Atma. So, then where is this ignorance? Ignorance not there. The ignorance about Atma not there for this person for whom with the eyes open it is all the way it is Atma. The Jagat is Brahma, Atma. So where is Bhagavan? That question we cannot ask. Where Bhagavan is not. What is there is only, it's Bhagavan. There is only Bhagavan. There is nothing other than Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is Sama. So the Namarupa doesn't create any confusion, doesn't create any misunderstanding in that person. Because it knows it is Vishesha, and that is Ashraya in Nirvishesham, Agam iti. Whereas for the person who has got Abhimana with the Shariramana Sankata, he entertains the notion of individuality. That he has got Abhimana with the Upadhi. Therefore, he thinks I am different from the other. I am different from others. The difference is notional. It is not real. The difference is notional. That is Ajnana. I am different from others. So, because of the Abhimana with Shariramana Sangata, because of this Abhimana with the Shariramana Sangata, the Jagat becomes different from me. The people become different. The beings become different from me. They are different. That notion is negated. That notion is negated by saying everything abides in that Atma alone, including all the Upadhis. Upadhis also abide in that Atma alone. They don't have separate existence. If Upadhi doesn't enjoy separate existence, then my Upadhi is my Upadhi also as its Ashraya, as its existence in that Atma alone. Then, therefore, since Upadhi is Mithya, cannot exist by itself, when Upadhi is dismissed as Mithya, then what is left is Satyam. That Satya Atma is what is everywhere. There is nothing other than that. So Upadhi is negated as Mithya, and there is vision of Satya Atma. With Upadhi, one cannot say Aham Sarvam iti. So the knowledge of that Upadhi being Mithya and the knowledge of that Satya Atma alone being everywhere. So Mithyatva Darshanam followed by Samadarshanam, Satya Darshanam, Atma Darshanam. And that is what is here. It is said. Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam. Sarva Bhuta, when we say that Sarva Bhuta, the word Sarva with regard to the Upadhi. Upadhi, Veda is a therefore Sarva. Minus Upadhi, where is bed? Where is Sarva? You cannot say Sarva. Only one thing is the one Akasha alone it is. When there is only one Akasha, Ekaha Akasha, then where is all Akashas? You can say all Akasha only when there are, only when there is, only when the Akasha is conditioned by different parts, many parts. Part number 1 has got Akasha, part number 2 has got Akasha, and there are different sizes of the Upadhi, the parts available. Therefore, the Akashas are, see, Akashas, spaces, even in English we don't have Bhagavad spaces. In Sanskritam we have, but there seems to be, many seems to be different. But we know Akasha is only one. Gata Akasha, when we say that Akasha seems to be conditioned by the Gata. The condition is notional. Because we use the word Gata Akasha, because the Upadhi has no limits, the Akasha really not being conditioned, not being limited, cannot be, Akasha cannot be divided. It seems to be divided, therefore we use the word Gata Akasha, Para Akasha iti. Similarly, here also, Sarva Bhuta, when we say, all the Bhuta, the Upadhis are Mithya. So therefore, Mithyatva Darshanam with regard to Upadhi and Satyatma Darshanam with regard to the Swarupa of that. So then only you can say Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam iti. Then only you can say Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam Atmani Sarva Bhutani. Then only Samadarsanam. Otherwise, it is not possible. Upadhi being real, the Samadrishti is not possible. If Upadhi is real, then it is Veda Drishti. If Veda Drishti is there, that cannot be Samadrishti. Samadrishti is there, therefore this Veda Drishti is negated, therefore Upadhi is negated. Upadhi can be negated only if it is Mithya. So therefore, the Abhimana with the Sharirama Sangata is Mithya. When Sharirama Sangata is Mithya, that Abhimanam with the Sharirama Sangata also is Mithya. It is Mithya. Therefore, that I am this is limitation. Like the Gata limits the Akasha. That limitation is notional. That limitation is really not possible. You cannot contain the Akasha. Similarly, you cannot limit the Atma. The limitation only in the Buddhi, only in the Antakarnam. Therefore, Yoga Yukta. Yogena Yuktaha, Jnana Yogena Yuktaha. Because of Jnanam, Jnana Yogena, his mind is resolved in this. His mind resolves in this vision. His mind abides in this vision. Ekatva Darshanam. The one whose mind abides in this vision, that person only can have Samadrishti. He only can become a Samadarshanaha iti. Therefore, it is one Atma alone. It runs through all the beings. Later in the 7th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says that as in the garland, it is a thread. It is the same thread which runs through all the beads. Sutre Manigana Iva iti he says. In fact, in that example has got limitation. Because the beads and the sutra, both are Vyavaharika. Both enjoy separate existence. But we have to understand what the Drishtanta conveys. But better than that example is this Gata Akasha example, or this pot example is better. Anyway, Sutre Manigana Iva, it is the same sutra which runs through all the beings. The same sutra which runs through all the beings. Similarly, it is the same Atma which runs through all the beings. Therefore, Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhutani Atmani iti. How does one recognize? How does one recognize? How does one recognize the Atma in all the beings? Aham Atma, and other than me is Anatma. When I associate myself with this Shaira Manasangata, then I become a limited Jiva, Parichinna Atma Jiva, Jiva. Now, if you analyze this Atma, this Jiva, Jiva is Chaitanya. Jiva is Chaitanya. And everything else have their being in this Atma Chaitanya. And Chaitanyam Atma limitless. When Atma Chaitanyam is limitless, it means it has no particular locus, particular location. It cannot be located in a particular place. It cannot be located in a particular time. So Aham, Atma, Chaitanyam, and everything else is Anatma. Atma is all pervasive, it is limitless. And to say that it is located in the body, the Anatma, the body has location. It is Parichinna. And the body has a location. And that in which everything is located, including time and space, that is Atma. So therefore, it is very clear that it is Chaitanyam, the consciousness alone exists. The physical body which has a location, but what about Atma? Atma doesn't have any location. It is limitless. Atma is all pervasive. It doesn't have any limitation. So therefore, in that Atma only everything is located. When even time and space have location in Atma, then what to talk about this Sharira Manasangata, this Upadhis. So therefore, everything, Chetana, Achetana, they all exist. They all exist in this Chaitanyam, and Chaitanyam exists in all beings, sentient as well as insentient. In sentient beings, it manifests because of this Antakaranam, the mind, it manifests. Whereas in insentient beings, it remains unmanifest. Not that Atma is not there. Atma is there. Atma is there, is everywhere in all the things and beings. It means it is in Chetana Vastu as well as Achetana Vastu. Achetana Vastu, you don't see the manifestation of Atma because of the absence of, or because this Sukshma Sharira not there, or the Antakaranam not there. Antakaranam not there, or Antakaranam doesn't have the capacity to manifest the Chaitanya. So therefore, in Achetana also Atma is everything is Atma. Then when we say Upadhi is Mithya, Mithya is Atma. The Mithya is Atma. They exist in Atma only. Therefore it is Atma everywhere. The Jagat is Atma. The entire Jagat is Brahma, Atma eva. Therefore, Atma is the content of this Jagat. And when I see myself as Atma, the content of me as Atma, I call it as Pratyekatma. When that Atma becomes Adhishtanam of all beings, then it is Paramatma. Therefore, Pratyekatma, Paramatma. Pratyekatma, Paramatma. It is Atma all the way. It is Chaitanya only. That alone we call Jivatma and Paramatma. Therefore, Jivatma, Paramatmanoho, Aikyam. Oneness of this Atma, Pratyekatma and Paramatma. That Aikyam, it is one, all the way it is one. It is one for me, it is one for everyone. It is not only for me, it is for everyone. So the Pratyekatma, Paramatma, that oneness, that Aikyam, it is the truth. If it is for me, it is for everyone. And that is knowledge. The only difference is, I am Jnani, others are Ajnani. In Jnanam, there may be differences, and therefore the Vyavahara. But the oneness is not That the knowledge is not touched by, the oneness is not touched by, even by ajnanam. That is the fact, that is the truth. It remains as it is. And this person, because of his homework, he has done enough homework, therefore yogena yuktaha, therefore he enjoys this vision of oneness, oneness of Atma, oneness of Jivatma Paramatma. So therefore, when it is, we say Paramatma, all the beings abide in that. When it is Jivatma, it is the Atma which runs through all the beings as Pratyekatma. So Pratyekatma is Paramatma. So that vision this person enjoys. Therefore, Ikshate yogena yuktaha, yoga yuktatma, tasya samadrishti bhavati, samadarshanam. So samadarshanam, sarvabhuteshu, Vashakara, in his Bhasham it says, Sarvatra Samadarshanaha, Sarveshu Brahmadi Stavaranteshu, starting from Brahmaji up to Stavara. So from the Brahmaji, the Hiranyagarbha, up to Stavara, from the sentient to the insentient. Brahmadi Stavaranteshu, Sarvabhuteshu, Samam Nirvishesham, Vikriyaragitam, Brahmatmaikat Vishayam, Darshanam, Jnanam, Yasya Saha, Samadarshanaha iti. That person is Samadarshanaha. So Brahmatmaikat Vishayam, Jnanam, that is a Jnanam, and that is Darshanam. Yasya Saha, the one who has the knowledge, the vision of Brahmatmaikat Darshanam, that person is Samadarshanaha iti. So this person enjoys Samadrishti. This person in the Samadrishti. And what is the benefit of this Samadrishti, Samadarshanam? That is said in the, they said further, the next shloka. Brahmatmaikatva darshanasya palam, palam uchyate. The next shloka number 30. Will be Yo mam pashyati sarvatra,
Yo mam
यो मां
pashyati
पश्यति सर्वत्र
sarvatra,
sarvam cha mayi pashyati,
सर्वं च
sarvam cha
मयि
mayi
पश्यति
pashyati,
tasyaham na pranashyami,
tasyaham
तस्याहं
na
न
pranashyami,
प्रणश्यामि
sachame na pranashyati.
स च मे न
sachavena
प्रणश्यति
pranashyati.
Here also that vision is presented, only the words are different. In the previous shloka, Atmanam Sarvabhutastam, Atmanam, the word was used. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam, Sarvabhutani cha Atmani. Instead of the word Atma is the word Pratama Purusha Ekavachanam. Here directly it is used with Mamiti Purusha. Atmam, Yo Mam Pashyati Sarvatra, Sarvatra, Sarvabhuteshu, Mam Pashyati. Here Uttama Purusha is used instead of word Atma. Mam Pashyati, Mam Ishwaram Pashyati, Atmanam Ishwaram Pashyati, Sarvam cha Maisha Pashyati iti. So Atmanam is Mam, Atmani is Mayi, Mayi Ishware. So why this Bhagavan Krishna says here, previous shloka Atmanam, and here Asmat Shabda, Mayi, Mam iti, to show that, to show the non-difference, the Abeda of Jiva and Ishvara. There is no difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Jiveshvara yoho Abeda darshanartam. Here he uses the word Mam iti, Mam Mayi iti, replacing the word Atmanam by Mam and Atmani by Mayi. So therefore it is Ishvara. Jiva is Ishvara. No difference between Jiveshvara. The one who sees Atma in all beings in the previous shloka. Now here, the one who sees Ishvara in all beings. The one who sees Ishvara in all beings. Ishvara is Adhishtanam of all. then what does he gain? He knows himself to be that Ishvara. If Ishvara is Adhishtanam of all, and Ishvara is in all beings, then who is he? Then he is Ishvara. He is Atma, he is Ishvara. Therefore, Atma and Ishvara are one and the same. No difference between the two. Jivatma, Paramatmanayoho, Abhedaha, Vedaha Nasti. And Sarvam cha mai pashyati. Yes, Sarvam cha mai pashyati. Sarvam, all in me. Means, Aham Ishvaraha Jagat Karanamiti. I am the cause. I am the cause of everything. Sarvam, mai pashyati. Everything exists because of me. Therefore, I am the cause. I am the Karanam. Aham Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. I am the cause of everything, both Chetana as well as Achetana. So, Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. Without undergoing any change, I become the cause of everything. Important. It is not Parinami Upadana Karanam. It is me alone. It is I alone appears as different beings and things. So, therefore, there are no beings and things apart from me, different from me. It is me alone. It is my expression alone. So, I am the cause of everything. Therefore, one can recognize either Atma or Ishvara in everything, or everything in Atma or Ishvara. So, for the person who has a vision of that Atma is in everything, or everything is in Atma, and the person who has a vision of Ishvara in everything, or everything in Ishvara, the vision of these both the people is same, because Atma is Ishvara. Atma is Atmanam Mam Atmani Mayi. So both the people enjoy the same vision. One stands from the point of Atma, third person. Another one stands from the standpoint of Ishvara, Agam. It is Uttam Purusha. But the vision is same. Therefore, there is no Ishvara apart from Atma. There is no Atma apart from Ishvara. When the Shastram talks about Ishvara, it is only from the standpoint of the Upadhi. Because of the Upadhi and Upadhi Veda, there seems to be differences. There are differences, that is Vyavaharika. The differences are in the Vyavaharika. So from the Paramarthika Drishti, there is Abheda. Because Paramarthika Drishtya only we dismiss Upadhi. In the Vyavahara, you cannot dismiss Upadhi. Upadhi is real. It has got Vyavaharika Satyatvam. Upadhis are Mithya, we dismiss from the Paramarthika Drishtya. Bringing the vision, enjoying the vision, we dismiss Upadhi as Mithya. But Upadhi in the Vyavaharika, it is Satyam. If Upadhi, if you dismiss the Vyavahara itself as Mithya, then there cannot be differences. But differences are there. Therefore, the Vyavaharika, it is Satyam. But the Satyatva Buddhi with regard to the Upadhi is negated because of this vision. Therefore, there is oneness. Oneness enjoyed. That oneness in the form of that knowledge is enjoyed by this Samadarshi. Therefore, the one who sees me, the Ishvara in all beings, and all beings in me, for that person, Tasya Aham, for that person, Agam na pranashyami. Saha me na pranashyati. The word pranashyati, the pranashyami, here nashyati with pra upasarga, to be understood properly. Nash means adarshane, disappears. Lopaka bhavati. That is the meaning. Not in this, it is disappears. I mean, it is not a destruction. It is disappears. Disappears or it becomes remote. Vashakara says, aparokshatam prapnoti. Sorry, parokshat, yes. It is na pranashyati, na parokshi bhavati. Parokshat, na parokshi bhavati. Parokshatam na pranashyami. Parokshatam na gacchami. Pranashyati, parokshatam na gacchati. Na parokshi bhavati. Na pranashyati is na parokshi bhavati. I don't become remote. I don't become remote for that person. I don't disappear for this person. That is the meaning, pranashyati. I am not far away from this person. I never become indirect for this person. I'm always direct. I'm always available. I'm never away from this person. That is the meaning. Never away. So pranashyati tasya kasya, this samadarshinaha, the one who has this vision, who enjoys this knowledge, for whom this knowledge is like astamalakavat, for that person, na pranashyami agam, na pranashyami agam na parokshi bhavami. Agam na parokshi bhavami. I don't go away from this person. I don't become remote for that person. It means I'm never away from that person. There is no distance between me and that person. It means there is no Veda. It means there is no Veda, therefore there is no fear of being separated. Right? That fear of being separated, that separation is possible only when there is Dvaitam. That is why Advaitam. No fear of separation, no fear of being away from this person. Sachamena pranashyati. He also, not only for him, for me also, that person is not away. That person cannot be away from me. I don't become remote for that person. He also doesn't become remote for me. I'm not away from that person, and he's not away from me. So therefore, there is no Veda. There is no separation. So therefore, na pranashyati. Tasya, kasya, that yoga tatma, that samadarshi, tasya, agam na parokshi bhavati. It means aparokshi, always aparoksha. But aparoksha is, you can say aparoksha, that means it is you. Only when it is me, then only I can say aparoksha. It is me. What is the evidence? The aparoksha means it is self-evident. If it is paroksha, then only you require pramanam. What pramanam is required for Atma? Pramanam is required, pratyakshadi pramanam is required for gaining the knowledge of the objects which are paroksha, which are away, which are different. If it is parokshi, Atma is paroksha or aparoksha. It is aparoksha, self-evident. What pramanam is required? No pramanam is required. It is self-evident. Consciousness, Atma is it is self-evident. That self-evident consciousness, since it cannot become paroksha, and Bhagavan Ishvara is Atma Chaitanyam consciousness, and I am Atma consciousness, then where is the parokshatvam for that? For previously, before Jnanam, I thought Ishvara to be different. Ishvara was parokshi. Now, after gaining this Jnanam, I understood that Ishvara is not different from me. Agam Chaitanyam Atma, Ishvara is also Chaitanyam. Therefore, Chaitanyam Brahma. Therefore, it is Chaitanyam all the way. Therefore, it is only consciousness, only one consciousness, and that is aparoksha, that is self-evident. Therefore, na parokshi bhavati. Tasya aham na parokshi. When I become paroksha, then only I become an object of worship for that person. Then only Bhakta Bhagavan, the relationship. Bhakta Bhagavan and Bhakti, the Veda, the differences. In fact, in the Vyavahara, that Veda can be that is as a bhakta, a jnani as a bhakta, he enjoys even worshipping the Lord. He enjoys worshipping the Lord by that way, by appreciation, that bhakti. But if the person takes that to be real, the Vedas are real, then he is not a jnani, it is ajnani. In fact, a jnani can only be a real bhakta, because he only has this knowledge of oneness, therefore he can really worship the Lord. All the others worshipping the Lord is not real worship, because for them the differences are real, the upadhis are real. Aham bhaktaha, and Ishvara is the object of worship. And therefore, bhajanam, bhakti, that is not real bhakti. That's why Bhagavan Krishna later says, Jnani tu atmaiva matam iti. The real bhakti, bhakta is jnani alone. In fact, he is a real worshipper of the Lord. And worship in the form of this appreciation of this oneness. For him, therefore, for that person, aham na pranashyami, aham na parokshi bhavati. So, aparokshataya sarvada aham bhavami. Rupena, atma rupena. Similarly, sacha na pranashyati. Saha me na pranashyati. He also doesn't become remote from me. It means Ishvara is never away from me. Ishvara is never away from me, and I don't become remote for Ishvara. Iti. It's a beautiful shloka. So, therefore, the Samadarshana Palam, the Samadarshana Palam is talked about here. The Samadarshana Palam, which is in the form of freedom, moksha, that Ekadarshanatase Palam, the form of moksha is presented here. The same the Palam through other words, through different words, it's talked about in the next shloka. We'll read 31, shloka number 31. So, Samadarshanam tat palam mokshaha bhavati. Purva shlokena uttaha. The same is talked about here by using different words. Only the words are different. It is talks about the same person who enjoys the vision of Atma. Here is behavior, how he conducts himself. That is talked about. His conduct in the world backed up by the vision is talked about in this shloka number 31. Let us read. Sarvabhutastitam yomam
सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां
यो माम्
bhajate kattamastitah
भजत्येकत्वमास्थितः
sarvatha vartamanopi
सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि
sayogi mai vartate.
स योगी मयि वर्तते.
Sorry, here also this Samadarashanam only talked about. The next shloka only. Atma upamyena sarvatra samam pashyati orjuna sukamma yadiva duttam sayogi parabo mataha. In that shloka, the behavior, the conduct of the person is jnani talked about. So in this shloka also the same thing, that samyak darshana palam is talked about, that is moksha. The freedom what this person enjoys, that is talked about in 31. So sarva bhuta stitam, sarva bhuteshu stitam yaha mam bhajati, ekatvam astitaha, sarvata vartamanaha api sayogi mai vartate. Sarva bhuta stitam yaha mam bhajati, sarva bhuta stitam yaha, the one bhajati is bhajana, not bhajana means here jnanam ityartha. You have to take the meaning. Bhajanam, bhaj sevayam. Bhaja is sevayam. So here it is mam bhajati is mam janati, the one who knows. Mam bhajati. For jnani, what is a seva? What is a bhakti? Bhakti is only jnana. That is a bhajanam. So yaha mam bhajati sarvabhuta stitam mam, the one who has the knowledge, who has the vision of sarvabhuta stitam mam, me who abiding in all the beings. Ekatvam astitaha. Ekatvam astitaha yaha. Ekatvam astitaha, adjective to yaha. Ekatvam asitaha is the one who has gained the vision of oneness. Ekatvam. Jiveshwara Aikyam. Ekatvam astitaha. San. Ekatvam astitaha san yaha sarvabhuta stitam mam bhajati. The one who having recognized the oneness of, who having recognized the oneness, who having recognized the oneness, ekatvamasitaha, mam bhajati, saha sarvata vartamanopi, mayi eva vartate. That yogi, sarvata vartamanopi, whatever he is or he does, he or she, whatever he is or she is, or whatever he does or she does, that person, mayi vartate, mayi brahmani, ishvara eva vartate, he abides in me alone. So having recognized the oneness of me, ekatvam, sarvabhuta sthitam, yo mam, I who abides in all the beings, the one who has this vision, that person, he abides in me alone. He lives in me alone. Whatever, whether maybe the person, in whichever varna or ashrama or vyavastha, whatever the varna vyavastha, ashrama vyavastha, that person abides in me alone. So this shloka also, like the previous shloka, discusses the person who has the vision of oneness, who knows that Atma is himself alone and not separate from Ishvara. He has a vision of Ishvara as abiding in all beings. Sarva Bhuta Sthitam. Mam Ishvaram. Ishvara is Ekaha. Purnaha. One undivided whole. Ishvaraha. So all beings abide in Ishvara. Ekaha Ishvaraha. That yogi who knows this fact, however he may or she live, he lives in me alone. Sarvata vartamanopi mayi eva vartate. So this question, this shloka comes as an answer to the question that having gained the knowledge of oneness, will it not go away after jnanam? After having gained the jnanam, the knowledge, will it not go away like any other jnanam, like Samskrita jnanam? We gain jnanam and we forget. We often forget, in fact. Immediately goes away. That immediately after the class it goes away, not there. Similarly, this jnanam also possible. This is also one more jnanam. All jnanam is only by vritti. Vritti jnanam only. This is also vritti jnanam. Atma jnanam also by vritti only. Any knowledge takes place only in the mind, in the buddhi only. Knowledge takes place only in the form of vritti, the thoughts only. Whether it is Samskrita jnanam or Atma jnanam, only in the form of vritti. As in the case of other jnanam, similarly in this case also, will this go away? Will it be subject to loss, memory loss? No. That's why it says sarvata vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartate. Whatever the person does, whatever happens with that person. That is why I said before, even if the person goes to coma for some reason, whatever reason, either because of accident can happen to Jnani also. Accident or some disease, the person is in coma, he lost consciousness. Doesn't mean his Jnanam also goes away. That is, the accident is only for the body. Similarly, that coma is only for the mind. Mind doesn't function. It is non-functional. That coma, it doesn't function. But jnanam, that person is a jnani. If because the mind has become non-functional, because the mind has become non-functional in the sense that is in coma, lost consciousness, with the mind, with the upadhis, jnanam also will go away. Then it means all the time he has to remind himself of this jnanam in the form of vritti in the buddhi. Then only this jnanam then only this person is a jnani, and therefore there's moksha. But then what is moksha? See, for this vritti to be there all the time in the mind, if this vritti is required, the jnana vritti is required all the time in the mind, in the buddhi, can it be jnanam? Can it be real jnanam? Because the jnanam depends on the vritti. Vritti is jadam. Vritti is also jadam. It is one jadam, it is sukshma jadam. The only difference is sukshma. The vritti is also jadam. My moksha depends on this vritti jnanam, that I have to entertain this vritti all the time, and it is jada. Then what moksha is that? Vritti, jnana vritti knocks off ajnana vritti. That is the job of jnana vritti. Then that jnana vritti also is to be discarded. Jnanam has come, that jnana vritti also not required. It is discarded. It is discarded. It's not thrown away like that. It is discarded. Means that it doesn't require that again, that vritti. Every time he doesn't have to remember this truth, this knowledge. As you don't remember, as you don't put deliberate effort to remember your name, it is so spontaneous. That the name also, that name given for the Supadhi may subject to forgetfulness, when you are in coma. That is possible. One can forget his name. But this jnanam, one cannot lose. Once it is gained, it is gained. If one loses his jnanam, then it is not real jnanam. Really, it cannot be jnanam. It is like any other jnanam. Every time as we brush up our Samskrita, what we have learned in the previous class. Similarly, every morning he has to awake, he has to again rediscover the fact that Agam Atma, that is not jnanam. That cannot really be a moksha. The jnanam cannot be a sadhanam for moksha. So, therefore, whatever may be the person or whatever happens to the person, even if the person loses his mind, person goes to the coma or any extreme stage, that person is a jnani only. He is jnanam. Because he is a jnani, therefore there is no samsara, there is no coming back for that person. So sarvata vartamanopi, whatever may be the person, whatever happens to the person, in whichever ashrama the person may be, grihastha ashrama va, sannyasa ashrama va, whichever way the person is, in whichever the varna vyavastha also, or which was the stage, whether he is young or old. In old age he may not have proper vision, but that doesn't reduce the vision of his knowledge. The knowledge remains intact all the way. Sarvata vartamanopi, that person remains in me alone. That person, me alone. So his jnanam is not subject to change in spite of the differences, in spite of the changes happens to the person. In spite of the changes happening to the person or changes happening around him, in spite of the changes happen to the upadhi or in spite of the changes happening in the surroundings, that person remains me alone. Therefore, it is only one time doing. It is not every time like the mobile top up. You don't have to top up this jnanam every time. It is done, it is done. Once you become muktaha means muktaha. You cannot become ajnani again. Ajnana vritti is knocked off by jnana vritti. Jnana vritti has done his job. Then that is also vritti, jadam only. That also goes away. Therefore, jnani doesn't require this jnana vritti all the time. So therefore, whichever condition he may be, mayi eva vartate, he remains in me alone. Therefore, naturally the karma, the action of the person will be in keeping with dharma. Even though he is dharma atitaha, but his action always will be in keeping with dharma because Ishvara is in the form of this order. So aham Ishvaraha, how can he violate his own order? Therefore, see, even though he has the capacity, but he will not violate dharma. Therefore, in that person only dharma is natural. So dharma is natural, dharma is spontaneous, and dharma is dridam only in the jnani. Whereas in Ajnani may be a dharmika, but his dharma is subject to fluctuation. His dharma is subject to change. If he is threatened or if he is bribed, the person may turn to be an adharmika, but a jnani cannot. But a jnani is cannot because of the jnana, because he has nothing to lose. He has gained a thing which cannot be lost. So therefore, there's nothing new to be gained. So therefore, nothing new to gain, nothing to lose also. Everything is myself. Therefore, he follows dharma. Dharma becomes spontaneous for the person. So that is why the jnani is the bhakti. Real bhakta is this jnana. Real bhakti is this. Real bhakti is jnanam and real bhakta is jnani. Jnani tu atmaiva ematam. For that twice Shastram also frees. He also makes the jnani free from vidhi nisheda. There is no vidhi, there is no nisheda. Ko vidhi, ko nishedaha. Jnani doesn't have any rule. Jnani doesn't have any conditions. He's not bound by any conditions, not bound by any rules. Ko vidhi, ko nishedaha. What are do's for jnani? What are don'ts for jnani? There are no do's and don'ts for jnani. Because of this jnanam is that manifestation of this the dharma is spontaneous. It is natural in the person. So therefore, sarvata avartamanopi, in whichever stage of life, in whichever condition he may be, mahi eva vartate, mahi ishvare brahmani eva vartate iti. The next shloka, that here in these shlokas, jnanam is talked about. Next shloka, in the vyavahara, how will be the behavior of this person, the jnani is talked about. We will see that in the next class. Yam brahma varunendra rudra marutah stunvanti divyaistavaihi vedai sanga padakramopanisadaihi jayanti yam samagaha dhanavastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginaha yasyantam na vidussura suraganaha devaya tasmai namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadah.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಣಜಿ.